A pedestrian killed in a crash late last night in Sarasota County. It happened at the intersection of Indiana Avenue and East Perry Lane in Englewood. 60-year-old Kathleen Stringham was crossing Indiana Avenue on an area without a crosswalk. A car driven by Richard Edwards hit Stringham while she was in the road. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A no-swim advisory at Nokomis Beach is no longer in place. The advisory was originally put in place on Thursday after state health officials found high levels of Enterococcus bacteria in the water. The Florida Department of Health in Sarasota County received testing results today that were at a good level. Swimmers can head back into the water to enjoy water activities. And keeping our waters clean, that was the goal today at the Venice North Jetty. The Suncoast Reef Rovers Dive Club, Venice Police Patrol, and Marine Division and other volunteer divers went into the water to remove debris from the ocean. All groups had the common goal of removing trash that could be harmful to marine life and interferes with fishing activities.
Divers go in the water and they will bring up any of the trash, cast nets, fishing poles, tires, anything that they find, they'll bring it to the surface. And then we have topside helpers that actually take it from the water's edge, bring it up to the very top, and then we put it in a big pile.
The group hosts other cleanups to help the environment at locations like the Venice Fishing Pier and the South Jetty. Now let's go to Steve Newman for a first check on our weather. Steve?
Wayne, most of us got by without any showers or thunderstorms all day today, unless you were in Lakewood Ranch or over toward DeWitt and out toward Mayaca City and Arcadia. This is a review of the last 6 hours. You can see there's really not a lot going on in the state. And if we go back, you can see that cluster that formed right about Lakewood Ranch. It takes a while to recycle. There you go. There's Lakewood Ranch storms that eventually moved into the interior. And the rest of the evening has been fairly tranquil, but we didn't get that cooling effect from the storms here on the Sun Coast. Overnight chance of showers and thunder showers virtually nil, but look at them pick up 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Maybe we'll see more tomorrow afternoon. The complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Steve, thank you. It's a terrible smell, but garden enthusiasts lined up at Selby Gardens to see the endangered corpse plant in bloom. The flower, named Seymour, is a rare plant. It was the first of 2 corpse plants to bloom this summer. These plants normally bloom every 3 to 7 years, and this occurrence of 2 plants blooming together is extremely rare. It also emits an odor to attract pollinating flies.
The smell is reminiscent of rotting death, in a sense. So like a corpse. You think of as you're like driving by and it's like roadkill. And if you look at the spath, the purple skirt, it looks like rotting meat. It's purple, it has that maroon color. So everything about it looks like rotting death, and it smells like rotting death.
Now, the corpse flower isn't just one flower. It actually is a cluster of flowers called an inflorescence. The John McDonald birthday celebration for One Community, One Book taking place at the Selby Library today. A slideshow and theatrical readings were presented in the library. Later in the afternoon, a plaque dedication at 5 Points Park. The goal was to celebrate the mystery author's body of work who influenced many within the last few decades.
John D. McDonald was an incredibly influential author. He was very prolific, 78 books, almost 500 short stories, but beyond that, he was the first person to write a mystery series that was set in Florida.
McDonald would have turned 100 years old on Sunday. He died in Wisconsin back in 1986. And another big birthday here on the Sun Coast today. The South Florida Museum is celebrating a birthday of a true Florida icon. Snooty the manatee celebrated his 68th birthday today. The celebration was free to the public with games and activities for all ages. Snooty also received hundreds of birthday cards made from children here on the Sun Coast. He was officially designated the world's oldest known manatee last year by the Guinness Book of World Records. And according to the museum officials, Snooty is also the face of the manatee population.
He has a lot of personality, and that has allowed us to educate the public about manatees for 67 years now, as well as to become part of the Manatee Rehabilitation and Release Partnership.
Snooty is also the official mascot of Manatee County. Still to come here on ABC 7, a big announcement from the North Miami Police Department. An officer suspended after the shooting of an autistic man, a caretaker, but it's not the one who fired the gun. Find out why when we come back.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
On the next Black Almanac.
There are no discussions of policy or ideology, only a failed stop Trump floor fight and walkout. Second team speakers were up next to disparage Hillary and Obama while waiting for the First Lady in waiting. Melania Trump appeared with visions of Michelle Obama dancing in her head because when her speech ended, the potential First Lady had plagiarized the current one.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
At ABC 7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast.
Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Next week, it's the Democrats' turn, and local convention coverage continues right here, bringing you live reports and updates all week from the Democratic National Convention. ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I'm Haley Wilgus. Philadelphia is gearing up for the Democratic National Convention. We will be there live as Hillary Clinton accepts the nomination.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. It's time again for My Suncoast's Bark in the Park with the Bradenton Marauders at McKechnie Field. Bring your best friend and let them run the bases in support of the Humane Society of Manatee County, July 24th at 1 p.m. Visit BradentonMarauders.com for info. Sponsored by ABC 7.
Authorities say there are no ties to terror in the deadly attack in Germany that left 10 people dead. The shooter now confirmed among those killed. Today, we're learning more about what may have pushed him to shoot innocent strangers. ABC's Alex Marquardt is in Munich with the latest.
Key details emerging about the gunman who went on a deadly shooting rampage in Munich. The 18-year-old revealed to be troubled, authorities say, not a terrorist. Instead, a young student said to be obsessed with school shootings.
What lies behind us and what lies behind the people of Munich is a night of horror.
The violence broke out early Friday evening at a McDonald's near a popular mall. Cell phone video shows him drawing his Glock pistol and starting to fire. Another clip shows the gunman pacing on the rooftop of a parking garage. He then raises his gun and appears to fire again.
There were people running towards us. They were panicking. They were in shock.
He killed 9 people, most of them teenagers, and injured dozens more before committing suicide. 300 bullets were found in his backpack.
When I saw him, he's always by himself.
Neighbors watched as authorities raided the apartment he shared with his parents. The 18-year-old Iranian German was born and raised in Munich and reportedly suffered from depression. Police confirmed to ABC News he had a book about school shootings, and he showed interest in the 2011 Norwegian massacre at a youth camp.
My guess is he's another kid that falls into this category. He felt powerless, he was angry, he was full of rage.
Authorities say it appears he hacked into an account on Facebook and then posted a message hoping to lure young people to the shopping center.
I think he did that to attract people about his age to the McDonald's, so he would be basically shooting his peers.
Across Germany, flags flying at half-staff, people showing up to the scene of the attack, leaving flowers and lighting candles for the victims. Alex Marquardt, ABC News, Munich.
And in Kansas, a funeral was held for slain Kansas City Police Captain Robert Melton. He was gunned down Tuesday responding to a call about a drive-by shooting. Hundreds of officers from outside agencies took over shifts to allow Kansas City police officers to pay their respects. Melton recently turned in a report on how to handle officer funerals.
As we reflect on Captain Melton's life of service, you will see that he was a true hero. Not only was he a hero in our community, but he was an American hero.
Melton leaves behind 3 children, 5 stepchildren, and a baby due this winter. He was 46 years old. His funeral was the second for a Kansas City police officer in less than 3 months. New developments in a shooting of an unarmed therapist in Miami. A North Miami police officer has been suspended following the shooting, but not the man who pulled the trigger. City officials say another officer is on unpaid administration leave for providing false and misleading information about the shooting. Video of the incident shows Charles Kinsey lying on the ground with his hands in the air. Police say the officer didn't mean to shoot Kinsey, but instead shot his autistic patient next to him. The Republicans have barely cleared out of Cleveland while the Democrats file into Philly. Their national convention kicks off Monday, and the Democrats will become the first major U.S. political party to nominate a woman for president. Hillary Clinton introduced Virginia Senator Tim Kaine today as they campaign together for the first time on the same ticket. ABC's Karen Travers is among those waiting for the Democratic duo in Philadelphia.
The fired up crowd of 5,000 waving those fresh off the press Clinton-Kaine signs. Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine in their first joint appearance as running mates.
Make no mistake, behind that smile, Tim also has a backbone of steel. Just ask the NRA.
And as Kaine gets set to take the mic, it picks up Clinton cheering him on, telling him, go get him. Kaine sprinkling in Spanish throughout his speech.
Fe, familia y trabajo.
And wasting no time slamming Donald Trump.
Do you want a you're fired president or a you're hired president?
Trump firing back, tweeting, just saw crooked Hillary and Tim Kaine together. ISIS and our other enemies are drooling. They don't look presidential to me. And with the convention kicking off on Monday, a brewing embarrassment for Democrats. WikiLeaks releasing nearly 20,000 internal DNC emails that show what seem to be efforts to stop the rise of Bernie Sanders. Sanders supporters are angry, his campaign manager telling ABC it's a clear example of the DNC taking sides and that somebody has to be held accountable.
But for the Clinton campaign, today was all about strategy, announcing her running mate from Virginia in Florida. The Clinton campaign believes if they win those 2 states, they'll win the White House. Karen Travers, ABC News, Philadelphia.
And ABC 7 will bring you complete coverage of the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia starting Monday. Haley Wilgus, Alan Cohn, and Adam Cellini will be there to bring you daily reports on all the developments. You can also check out our website and social media pages. Now, the popularity of the Apple Watch seems to be fizzling out. Sales are down 55% since Apple launched the watch last year. You may remember the watch debuted to a backlog of orders, and 3.6 million were shipped during the first few months, but sales plummeted in the latest quarter. Apple is preparing to release an updated operating system for its smartwatch this fall. The Watch OS 3 will have new features and improved performance. Well, Steve, I hope that it might have a couple weather apps on that watch there.
It's pretty cool. I was going to get one, and I've held off. We'll see what the new one was going to look like. Of course, we always wait to the second generation.
Absolutely.
We didn't have a lot of showers around our area, but we did off the coast, and we take a look at our Casey Key webcam. You can see them kind of lurking out there on the horizon out in the Gulf of Mexico. None really hit the coast, other than that one little shower over by Lakewood Ranch that moved in the interior. We stayed dry right on through the evening hours. Here is that radar image showing those storms for the last few hours. And right now, the state is fairly clear except for a few spots. You had to go down between Lake Okeechobee and Fort Lauderdale and West Palm to see one little cluster of thunderstorms. And down in the Florida Keys, there's another one over Florida Bay as well. But just in the last hour, from about Cape Coral to Fort Myers and even up to Rotunda, we've had some storms beginning to bloom. But I don't think they're going to come any farther north through the overnight hours. Tomorrow afternoon, we may see some more. Currently 80 degrees at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport with a dew point of 73, humidity 79% with an east-southeast wind. Our high today was 92, and it's pretty close to normal, only a couple of degrees above normal. Actually cooler than normal for the morning low thanks to those thunderstorms we had late in the day and the early evening hours. Record high for the state, 101 degrees. Hawaii is right now getting a weak tropical storm affecting the Big Island, and it's very rare that the entire Hawaiian chain would be under threat of tropical storm, but that's the forecast path from the National Hurricane Center. The good news is that it's going to weaken right about Honolulu. It looks like Honolulu will still have tropical storm force winds tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and it'll dissipate as it moved into the North Pacific. Our Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and Atlantic tropical weather patterns are still very quiet, meaning the big weather picture is the heat wave in the Midwest and the East. One high pressure is now split into two lobes, and it's causing a really dangerous amount of heat levels across the heartland. We should get some relief by Wednesday as this thing dives further south and the jet stream brings in some relief, but later on this summer we're probably going to see more episodes of this. Right now through tonight and tomorrow we have an excessive heat warning from southern Illinois across Missouri into Kansas, and because the Democratic Convention coming up on Monday, they have an excessive heat warning through Monday evening with heat indexes near 100 degrees. There's a watch for high heat around the New York City area. Now our forecast for high temperatures, we're already starting to cool off after a hot day in the Midwest. Tomorrow the focus will be in the Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley and also parts of the Carolinas. Things cooling off tomorrow night and into Sunday or Monday, there you go, with 100 degrees for Philadelphia and Washington Monday afternoon and evening. Our RPM computer forecast shows that we'll have much more pleasant conditions across the Sunshine State with scattered showers and thunder showers. Not as much as we've seen for the last couple of weeks, but they'll be around here and there. It's going to be hit and miss, about a 40% chance until the flow starts to return from the southeast later on in the week, and we'll get the chances up to more widespread coverage. Here's your beach and boating forecast with a saltwater temperature of 87 degrees. The 7-day outlook shows that we will have that 40% chance of showers tomorrow and Monday. We'll up the chances to 50, a greater coverage, but temperatures slowly warming back up from only 90 degrees tomorrow to the low and mid 90s by midweek. Dwayne?
Thanks, Steve. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
They call her Sarasota's hometown girl. I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, she's our favorite guest host. Drag Queen Bingo's Maneva Fruitville joins us, and we're going to be getting crafty, making custom metal jewelry with a local Lakewood Ranch jewelry instructor. It's Medical Monday, and Dr. Jenny's here to answer our medical questions, and Station 400's in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
At 6:30, ABC brings you news from around the world, and now ABC 7 brings you more in-depth coverage of the stories making news on the Suncoast. Join your Suncoast News team for the all-new ABC 7 News 7.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $18,599. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
That's Chuck, proud homeowner, regular do-it-yourselfer. Today he's attempting an electrical repair. This is Pablo. He's an electrician with Mr. Sparky. How's he doing, Pablo?
Terrible, Mike.
Yeah. What Chuck doesn't realize is that almost 68,000 home fires are caused every year by electrical problems.
What?
If he doesn't have the proper tools and training, he's liable to start the next one.
Little help here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You might want to write that number down.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Rays lost a tough one to the Oakland A's last night, 1-0. Now they're looking to give starting pitcher Drew Smyly a much-needed win. Smyly has one earned run, and the Rays are leading 3-1 in the bottom of the ninth against Oakland. The Rays wrap up their 4-game series tomorrow. The Rays trying to play catch-up with these guys, the first-place Baltimore Orioles, battling the first-place team in the Central, the Cleveland Indians. Already 1-0 Baltimore in the first inning, and Mark Trumbo hits a bomb to left, bringing in Chris Davis to make it 3-0. The Birds go on to win 5-0 and are now 18 games ahead of the Rays in the American League East. And a little bit of UFC action tonight as Holly Holm tries to get back into the win column after her loss to Miesha Tate in March. Tonight in the women's bantam match, Holm lost for the second time in as many matches. The winner, Valentina Shevchenko, won in 5 rounds by unanimous decision. That's it for sports. More to come here on ABC 7's Weekend Edition. Stay with us.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
Starting on Monday in Philadelphia, we will offer a very different vision. It's about building bridges, not walls between people.
The Democratic National Convention, Hillary Clinton and dozens of speakers will take the stage. I'm Haley Wilgus. ABC 7 takes you live to Philadelphia.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hi friends, I'm Linda Carson from ABC 7 and the Suncoast View. Bring your blankets and your dance moves and join me July 29th at the Van Wezel for Friday Fest on the Bay. Reggae band Jaw Movement will be grooving on stage playing feel-good music guaranteed to make you dance. We'll be outside the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with food, friends, and fun until the sun goes down. For more information, call this number or visit vanwezel.org and the Suncoast scene page at mysuncoast.com.
At ABC 7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
The U.S. Postal Service is celebrating Wonder Woman by releasing stamps for her birthday this fall. The 4 stamps show Wonder Woman in all her power, shattering injustice with her raised fists or beating the bad guys with her huge hammer. And she sure does look good for the age of 75. Originally, Wonder Woman was a backup story to test the appeal of female superheroes for All-Star Comics. She then rose to popularity as a founding member of the Justice League alongside Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and Flash.
And the rest is history.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I used to watch these guys as a little kid, all these superheroes.
Read them in the comic books when I was growing up. We could have some scattered showers tomorrow afternoon, not quite as widespread as the past couple of weeks, but it looks like the next week we'll see those storms come back.
Oh, wow. Unfortunate.
Oh, it cools us off. We like it.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30.